New buildings appear across the FSC campus. The Southeast U.S. suffers from an unseasonable winter, and has Justin Bieber hit rock bottom? All this and more on FSC Today. Good morning and welcome to FSC Today. I'm Katie Becker. Our weekly newscast will keep you updated on the latest news, sports, and entertainment. CrossFit is a high-intensity fitness program that is spreading throughout the nation, especially with college students. The group exercise focuses on improving a person's power and endurance. Tracy Fosterling has more on the story.
Students at Florida Southern College and people all over have been taken by the CrossFit craze, and the following just keeps growing. FSC graduate and co-owner of Lakeland's CrossFit Heart Check has made it his lifestyle.
A lot of people are scared by CrossFit because they think, oh, it's just a lot of conditioning, running, pull-ups, sit-ups, push-ups. In all actuality, all it's about is functional fitness.
And students at FSC have now been taking full advantage of the local gyms around school.
You use a lot of muscles that you've never thought you used before. It's more like high intensity, functional movements. So one day you could focus on shoulders and upper body, and the next you're focusing on legs. But when you're working out, you're really using all of your body.
And it's also a great way to get toned and lose weight by using weight training and quick cardio rounds.
Combined, everything we do through CrossFit, be it the strength portion of the day, which might be a back squat, plus you have then your conditioning, which might be wall balls, push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups. You're kind of conjoining everything together.
I've definitely seen a physical change in my body. Like, I've never had like any kind of muscle, and I still kind of don't, but like I can definitely lift more than I could before when I first started. I definitely think it's like improved my conditioning and just everything all around.
And CrossFit can be for any age group and any level of fitness.
From very young to old to anybody in between can come and do it. If you've never done it before, you can come in and set up an appointment with us, and we teach you everything to do right rather than just throwing you in and saying good luck. We teach it to you because we want you to perform it correctly.
With Go Healthy FSC, I'm Tracy Fosterling.
According to Forbes News, CrossFit members has doubled in the past year and is continuing to grow. For more information on how you can get involved with the exercise, visit www.crossfit.com. With the start of the new year, construction is underway on different structures around the campus. The largest of the buildings is the Winnie Warden Dance Studio on the southwest corner of Johnson Avenue and Park Street. It is expected to be completed spring semester of 2014 and will incorporate classes that the newly added musical theater majors will take. A popular dining place for students is also getting a facelift. According to the Grill Master employees, there will be a new building for a permanent Grill Master location. The building will hold all equipment necessary to prevent the employees from having to drive it back and forth. The Grill Master will also be serving new options such as pizza. Last Wednesday, students awoke to a surprising announcement that convocation was canceled. The scheduled convocation speaker, Kyle Maynard, was stuck in Atlanta, Georgia due to a snowstorm that canceled his flight. Maynard is a motivational speaker, author, entrepreneur, and athlete. Florida Southern is working on rescheduling with Maynard for a future convocation date. This afternoon, students will take a trip to the Amway Center in Orlando to see the Orlando Magic play the Detroit Pistons. This trip is free for all FSC students. Like many other trips run through the school. To catch a game or partake in other trips in the future, check out Discover Florida tab under Student Involvement or call the Center for Student Involvement at 863-680-4499. The Polk Museum of Art invites all FSC students to visit their current gallery by offering free admission with their student ID. The current gallery, created by Stephen Knapp, will be up in the entire month and into March. Knapp's art is created with shards of fused glass that reflect beams of colored light into abstract composition. There is also free admission for public Thursday through Saturday and free guided tours every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Join Southeastern students as they respond to Stephen Knapp's art through original poetry on February 18th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Next Monday, there will be a training session held for FSC's online community management system called OrgSync. The aim of OrgSync is to help leaders of organizations connect and create a paperless system for student activities. OrgSync will officially be called MockSync when our system is finalized and updated for campus. For more information on MockSync, stop by the Center for Student Involvement in the Bandshell. Now let's check in with an update from David Tomczynski on our mock athletic teams.
Hello Mock fans and welcome to another edition of Southern Sports. I'm David Tomczynski. Let's get you caught up on the past week in Florida Southern athletics. The men's basketball team began a new winning streak Saturday as the Moccasins beat Nova Southeastern 95-73 at home. Florida Southern's win came 3 days after the Mocs fell to Rollins, where their 18-game winning streak came to an end in overtime. FSC improves its record to 19-1 overall. The baseball team started off their season going 1-1 on opening day. The team split a doubleheader against fourth-ranked West Florida. The Mocs won their first game off the bat of first baseman Trey Vavra with a solo home run in the 15th inning to win 2-1. Nick Krolzik picked up the win on the mound, pitching 4 innings and only allowing 2 hits. The Mocs fell in the second game 6-2. In National Football, the Seattle Seahawks dominated the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48. The 43-8 victory gave Seattle its first Super Bowl championship in franchise history. The Legion of Boom was able to hold Peyton Manning and the #1 offense to a scoreless first half before giving up its only touchdown. Seattle linebacker Malcolm Smith was named the Super Bowl MVP after intercepting a pass from Manning and taking it back 69 yards for a touchdown. The 12th annual Tusculum Kiowa Island Intercollegiate Tournament was set to kick off Saturday, but a 3.5-hour rain delay put a stop to the first round. There were 18 teams competing in the tournament that wrapped up Sunday afternoon. This was the first tournament of the spring for the 8th-ranked women's golf team. After coming off a loss to Rollins, the Lady Mocs basketball team lost in a heated affair with Nova Southeastern 69-58 Saturday night at home. Freshman forward Kristen Strawbridge dropped 15 points and grabbed 9 rebounds as the Mocs couldn't overcome a late run by the Sharks. Be sure to go out and support all of your Moccasin athletic teams and follow us on Twitter at FSC Sports. For Southern Sports, I'm David Tomczynski.
In other sports news, World Wrestling Entertainment, or WWE, took over the Lakeland Center on Sunday with 2 afternoon events at 1 and 3:30. The event featured a steel cage match between wrestlers Big Show and Kane. There were also appearances by tag team champions, the Rhodes Brothers and the WWE Divas. A Volusia County home caught fire on Saturday. The fire was caused by a meth lab inside. A 9-year-old girl was home alone when a neighbor called 911 and reported seeing white smoke coming from another home's garage. Fortunately, the girl was rescued from the fire unharmed. Her parents have been arrested and charged with child neglect, manufacturing meth and arson, and the cultivation of cannabis. Thousands of fans gathered together on Sunday, and not only for the Super Bowl. Puxatawney, Pennsylvania holds the time-old tradition of a groundhog named Phil predicting the weather, known as Groundhog's Day. Sunday morning at 7:28 a.m., Puxatawney Phil saw his shadow, affirming that we will be enjoying 6 more weeks of winter. Further supporting our lasting winter, last Tuesday, the southern U.S. was hit by Winter Storm Leon, devastating thousands of residents from South Carolina all the way to Tallahassee, Florida. Atlanta, Georgia was hit particularly bad, closing airports and receiving 2.3 inches of snow. Teachers and students were stuck sleeping on gym floors, and many residents left cars on the side of the highway to walk home. Schools and businesses should reopen this week. Over 130 cold-stunned sea turtles were rescued last week. The recent winter storm in the western Florida panhandle caused water temperatures to decrease to 37 degrees. Water temperatures under 50 degrees can cause sea turtles to suffer from hypothermia. Injured pelicans, ladyfish, sea urchins, and horseshoe crabs were also found. Sick or injured birds should be taken to the wildlife sanctuary to Northwest Florida. Now let's check in with Deion Spires of Entertainment Rewind with a look at Justin Bieber's downward spiral.
Justin Bieber has been arrested.
The most serious scandal yet for the 19-year-old superstar.
This is the biggest mistake you could make.
These were just a few of the comments from the media following Justin Bieber's arrest in Miami on January 24th. The pop star was arrested on charges of DUI, driving with an expired license, and resisting arrest.
My initial thoughts on his arrest was just pretty much disappointment.
He's a young sort of punk with a ton of money, and he can do what he wants, and he'll buy his way out of trouble.
The public has been watching Bieber grow up since he was discovered on YouTube at the young age of 14. Fast forward 5 years, and Bieber seems to be on a downward spiral.
Something is happening in this young person's life. He's making some unwise decisions. I think it's tragedy to see a young man with so much talent do these kinds of things.
I spoke with psychology professor Bruce Darby to find out how he interprets Bieber's current mental state and the effect that could have on his career.
I just think he's full of himself. From his background, I would suspect that he's been enabled, especially when you have an adoring set of fans who worship you in some ways, sort of inflate that sense of, I'm everything. It's not going to last. If you don't watch it, you're going to blow it.
And with all of his recent troubles, it's easy to forget that Bieber is merely 19 years old, the same age as many college freshmen.
I'm around 19-year-olds all the time, and I don't hear stories of them doing that kind of stuff. I don't think he's characteristic of his generation.
Bieber's presence in the media has some concern about the impact that his behavior may have on his young fans.
You're supposed to be an example for these young 12 and 13-year-old girls that look up to you, and racing Lamborghinis while you're doped up isn't a very good example, if you ask me.
If he were to shape up his life, then I think that we would forget about that rough period that he's going through now.
Only time will tell. For FSC Today, I'm Dion Spires.
Thanks for joining us on FSC Today. Be sure to tune in next week for the latest here at FSC and the community. Have a great day.